Ever feel like the resources and advice out there for women are missing something essential? I thought so too, which is why more than 6 years ago, I created She Said, She Said. I'm Laura Cox Kaplan, and after 3 decades in communications and then advocacy and now juggling motherhood and entrepreneurship, trust me, friend, I get it. Making a real impact takes more than just passion. It takes the right mindset, the right skills, the right investments, and the right community. On this show, we dive deep with incredible women from all walks of life who have been there. We uncover the secrets to building influence, navigating tricky relationships, and staying true to ourselves even when it's tough. And let's face it, it often is. I also throw in my own favorite productivity and life hacks, things that have shifted my perspective and might help you too. Wherever you are in your journey, my goal here is to leave you inspired to define success your way and to help you build the confidence you need to tackle your biggest goals. Subscribe today and let's unlock your full potential, your confidence, and your greatest influence. Hey friend, welcome back to She Said, She Said. You know, the other day I was having a conversation with a couple of friends when the topic of AI, artificial intelligence, came up. And I mentioned how often I'm actually using AI and how incredibly valuable it is, especially for brainstorming ideas and for doing research and really helping me identify potential connections that I might otherwise miss. The amount of information and the speed with which AI can generate it is just stunning. And it's certainly a lot faster than I can plow through all of the existing data on a potential topic all by myself. Frankly, I was surprised that these two friends who are super sophisticated were not using AI as much as I have been, especially in terms of really branding. And it made me realize that the same might be true for you. And that's especially related to crafting your personal brand and your narrative about who you are and how you want to be known and what you do. Now, this topic builds so nicely on my past 2 episodes, episode 305 with my wonderful friend Fran Hauser, and with episode 306 with lawyer turned mac and cheese entrepreneur Aaron Wade. Now, Fran and I talked about our respective portfolio careers and how challenging that can be to create a narrative around a portfolio career when you don't fit into a particular box. It can be sometimes difficult to explain what it is you do and where you spend your time. Now, Aaron and I actually talked more about transferable skills, but both of these episodes, I think, really kind of build up to this topic that we're talking about today. So I want to share some specific tips with you for how you can use AI as you potentially navigate a career pivot or just want to maybe put a shine on how you describe what it is that you do. It can also help you find new ways to actually leverage your existing skill sets, as well as thinking about personal reinvention and personal branding. Now, if you and I were sitting here and we were talking through the specifics on your resume, I could obviously be much more specific. But for the purposes of today's podcast, I'm going to keep this fairly high level, but I want to give you some really specific suggestions for how you can make AI work for you for this purpose. Now, maybe you're listening to this and you're feeling stuck in your current role, or maybe you've taken a career break to raise a family or take care of a loved one, or maybe pursue other passions, or maybe you're just ready for a change. Maybe you have reached the point in your career where maybe money is less important and impact is the bigger driver for you. Or maybe you're at a point in your career where you are particularly well qualified for board service, but you're not sure how to start that process and how to really articulate the value proposition of who you are and what you can offer. This, my friend, is where AI can be incredibly helpful. Now, I like to think of AI as like a collaboration partner. but it's a collaboration partner with endless sources of information and endless amounts of time. And that can help you brainstorm by taking your existing experiences and helping you craft them into a narrative that can then help guide you toward exciting new possibilities. Now, let's face it. It is so easy to fall into the trap of defining ourselves by our resumes. We look at that list of all those past experiences and we think, is this all I am? Is this the sum of all of my skills and abilities? And of course, the answer is no. But how do we translate our existing skills, including those that might not be listed on your current resume or in your current bio, and turn those into something new and something that really aligns with who we are today? There is where the magic of AI comes in. Think of AI as your personal career detective. It's a tool that can help you examine your skills and your experience and even your interest, and it can then help you connect the dots in ways that you never even imagined. It's kind of like having a career coach and a crystal ball all rolled up into one. Now, you might be wondering, how do I actually use AI for this? Well, let me introduce you to 3 of my favorite AI platforms that, for the most part, are essentially free. And let me just caveat this by saying there are, at this point, so many different platforms that exist that are very tailor-made for helping you fine-tune your resume and doing sort of aspects of what I'm talking about today. But I want to talk about 3 that are essentially free, and they're the ones that I use most frequently. Google Gemini, ChatGPT, and Google Notebook. The latter one, Google Notebook, is actually the newest of the 3. And I like to use all 3 of these both in combination and sort of against each other to see if I get different results. Now, these AI platforms are available to you 24/7 and they never get tired. I can promise you, you will run out of steam and questions before they run out of information. So let's talk about maybe how to use your time most efficiently and how to get started using AI. The most important thing to remember about getting the most value from AI is how you craft the prompts and inputs. That is where the greatest value lies. To get started, and of course, we're talking again about how you can use your resume and bio and sort of your personal narratives that currently exist. So, how to get started? Copy and paste some of your existing materials into the platform. Maybe take a version of your resume, a version of your bio, and then add in any specific additional skills or maybe interests that might not otherwise be included. For example, you could tell the platform, I've been a project manager for 10 years, I'm great at organization and at communications, but I'm also passionate about sustainability and I want a career that enables me to make a positive impact. The more specific you are, the more tailored and insightful the AI responses will be. Now, once you get the answer, be sure to ask follow-up questions. You might ask, what other positions might I be qualified for? What other experiences might I need? How might I differentiate myself from the competition in this field? What are some potential jobs for someone with my particular skill sets? And the list goes on and on. Now, another tip, rather than focusing on specific job titles, describe your ideal work environment. Maybe talk about the type of problems that you like to solve and the impact that you want to have. You might say to ChatGPT, I love working with people. I'm a creative problem solver, and I want a career that allows me to contribute to my community. By doing this, it will help the AI identify potential career paths that also align with your values and your aspirations, even if they're not immediately obvious. My third tip, and this is really important, Be sure to iterate and refine. Experiment with different prompts and different questions. If the initial suggestions that AI offers you aren't hitting the mark, and in my experience, they often don't the first time or 2 or 3 times around, rephrase your query to provide additional information. It really is an iterative process. Treat it like a brainstorming session with a trusted advisor. You can ask it literally anything. You might ask Gemini, based on what I've told you and the prompts that I've shared with you, what other fields might be a good fit for me? Or you could tell ChatGPT, I'm interested in the creative aspects that you mentioned. Can you tell me more about careers that combine creativity with problem solving? And then ask lots of other follow-up questions, things like, why might I be a good fit for X role, or why not? What other skills and experiences might I need? Why or why not? You get the idea. Number 4, use AI to craft your narrative. Once you've identified some potential career paths, then again, use Gemini and ChatGPT to help you craft a compelling narrative for yourself. You can use the platforms to craft or review or really tailor your resume and even potential cover letters so that they have different points of emphasis. You could ask, how can I explain my project management experience in a way that highlights my suitability for maybe a user experience design role? Or what keywords should I include in my LinkedIn profile so that I'm attracting the right kinds of opportunities? Now, just a quick word about Google Notebook, which was the third platform that I mentioned. It is one of Google's newest AI generating products. Now, Google Notebook will allow you to actually collect various documents and then summarize them. So you could start with Google Notebook and then use the results that it gives you, paste it into ChatGPT or Gemini to see how those results may vary. But also remember that you'll get the most effective results when you're especially thoughtful with the prompts that you're providing to the AI. Okay, friend, now that we've covered some basics, let's talk about something especially exciting and how you can use AI to really leverage your existing resume to build a very powerful personal brand narrative. Just think about it. Board positions and speaking engagements and collaborations, these opportunities often seek individuals with a unique blend of expertise and experience. The challenge is how you can make you stand out from the competition. So let's talk about how AI can help you. One, it can help you identify your unique value proposition. By feeding your resume into Gemini or ChatGPT and asking, based on my experience, what are my key strengths and my areas of expertise? And then using the AI results to analyze your career trajectory and to pinpoint the unique value that you bring to the table. It can give you some amazing ideas that you might not otherwise have thought of. Number 2, it can help you craft a really compelling bio. Ask AI to help you write a short, impactful bio highlighting your accomplishments and expertise. You can specify the target audience that you're going to be speaking to, for example. You could say, maybe write a bio for me that would be suitable for a women's conference focused on women's leadership development. Number 3, build your thought leadership platform. You can use AI to generate content ideas for articles and blog posts or social media updates that showcase your knowledge and your insights. For example, you could ask ChatGPT, based on my experience, what are some trending topics that I should be writing about? And then number 4, expand your network. You can use AI to identify potential collaboration partners or organizations that also align with your interest and your expertise. You could ask Google Gemini, for example, based on my resume, what professional organizations or industry events should I consider joining or maybe offer myself up as a speaker? Truly, friend, the magic of AI is only limited to your own imagination and to your own willingness to continue to help it iterate to reveal the most helpful articulation of who you are and really which aspects of you are most helpful to emphasize. Now, there is a word of caution, a couple of words of caution, in fact, that I want to share before I close out this episode. First, AI can and does get things wrong. But when you are feeding the information and the raw data into AI, that becomes less of a concern. You always want to double check everything that it's providing you with and looking it over very, very carefully. And you also want to take whatever AI gives you and put it into your own words. That later point is so incredibly important. If you use what AI spits out without editing, it tends to sound very robotic and very unnatural and very unlike you. So it's important to edit what it provides you so that you are creating something that actually sounds like you, that sounds authentic, and that sounds human. That is where you get the best of both worlds, truly. The tremendous power of AI coupled with the tremendous value that you can add. Like so many other incredible conveniences and technological advancements, AI is a very powerful tool. And with your help and refinements and your personality sprinkled in, it becomes a tool that is highly effective for helping you create incredible ideas and new opportunities. So friend, I turn it to you. If you are a regular user of AI, I would love to hear what you've learned about using these incredibly powerful tools. So send your thoughts my way. I'll even share your thoughts and suggestions here on the podcast or on social media. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn. You'll find me at Laura Cox Kaplan. And also, friend, if you found this episode helpful, please be sure to share it with a friend who might be at a career crossroads herself or might need some help putting a quick shine on her personal narrative or brand. Until next week, you take care, and remember, She Said podcast is a weekly production of She Said Media.